Hi everybody and welcome back. Today we have this Ford Transit Connect and we're going to give it a little review. Now this is the second one I've driven today. I did drive one earlier from London and I took it up 200 miles to Manchester. So I drove it up the M1, M6 and it was absolutely fantastic and I'll discuss that in a minute. But today we're going to see why everybody's raving and glorifying this little van, even though it has so much competition. And I know about the competition because I used to own a Citroen Berlingo. I bought a brand new, that was in 2021 model. This happens to be a 2022. It's a direct competitor, and although I do like this a lot better, which I'll tell you in a minute why, there were some things on here that bothered me, and some things that the Citroen Berlingo had to make it more practical as a work vehicle. Now I'm going to start by saying that, well, first of all, excuse my mess over here. I've literally just picked it up from the auction house. It's a little bit dirty. But the first thing I'm going to say is that this model is the two-seater one. It's a premium. It's a 1.5 litre diesel. The one I drove up to Manchester was the three-seater one. It was one that had the third seat in the middle here. And I'll be honest with you, that was one of the things I didn't like about it. It's sort of a waste of a seat. It makes much more sense as a two-seater, and I'm going to pull over in a minute and show you why. But driving this car, it drives effortlessly. It's a 1.5 litre Eco Boost diesel, and it's just got so much oomph, so much power, plenty, more than enough, more than what you need. Most kind of people are going to be that are going to use this vehicle are tradespeople I should say, window cleaners, handymen, even builders, and so many other kinds of small businesses. And by the way guys, if you haven't yet done so, you've got to subscribe to my other channel where I discuss all about businesses, business ideas, businesses you can start with little or no money. I'll tag it up here in the top somewhere. I'll also post it in the description below. You got to go check out that channel because it's absolutely brilliant. Right, let's get back into this car and we'll talk about the quality. It's a van, so it's not going to be luxury all over. There are hard plastics all over the place, but you get the same in every other commercial vehicle. I think the only cars that might be a little bit better quality are things like the Mercedes and the Volkswagen Caddy, that is. But the quality is not bad. It's good. The steering is nice and light, which you want from a commercial vehicle. But I gotta say that the steering in my Citroen Berlingo was lighter and easier. And I'm gonna go down the side road because this is the kind of city driving you're gonna be using this van on, and I think I just drove into a dead end. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull over and I'll just go through some of its features and show you some of the awesome things on this model. And I've got to find a safe place to turn around. Right, the first thing is it's got a reverse camera. Now you don't get this on all models. This is the premium one, so it comes with a few extras. The one I drove up here was not the premium and it didn't have it. The other one did have reverse sensors, but to have the camera is definitely a better option. Right, let's go down here and find a safe space to stop. I'm not going to pull up on the pavement because first of all I'm not sure if that's legal, and second of all I don't want the vehicle to be on a slant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up right over here. Right, talking about the reverse camera, let's go into the infotainment system. This model does have a screen. It's a very small screen. I'm not sure the size of it because I haven't done my proper homework before coming on this. Obviously it's got DAB radio. You can connect your phone to it wireless or through a cable, which I'm going to do in a second. It comes with basic apps, nothing really there. And then you got the settings. Now let me just show you about the phone. This is my phone. This is the cable, and down here it's got a USB socket and a USB-C socket, and if you plug that in there, you've got Apple CarPlay. Give it a second and there it is. I'm heading back to London. It's automatically put my Waze in, but like any other Apple CarPlay, it's crystal clear. It's very responsive. It's great, absolutely great. And if you can get this premium, I would recommend that, because not having Apple CarPlay, especially if you're a tradesperson running around for all over the place, it's a very, very good thing to have. Going further down, you've got some physical volume buttons, physical control knobs. for the volume and for the tuning. You got a little storage space with a lip, so if you want to put your phone in there you can, and it ain't gonna move about much because first of all this is rubber, and second of all it's got a lip so it won't fall over. Below that we have further physical buttons for the climate control, the climate settings. You got control knobs, and to control it is very easy. Simply press where you want the airflow to go through. It's also got heated seats on this model, and below that you can turn the on and off button, you know, the auto start stop deactivation switch, and you have the traction control also over here. Let me just make sure it's on. Yeah, it's back on. And you got an eco mode, which I'm not entirely sure what that is for. If you do know, please let me know in the comment section below. It's got a start stop button on the right to it, and then you got a fantastic gear shift. The gears are so smooth. I absolutely love the gearbox and the gear changes on this Ford Transit Connect. It's definitely better than the Citroen. Where it's not as good as the Citroen is a storage. Now, although we got like a little storage up there, and the Citroen had a pop-up thing as well over here that you can just lift up it and had more storage. And the storage in general was better in the Citroen. The passenger seat, you can actually lift up the seat in the Citroen, and you could fit larger items in there, where in this Transit you cannot do that. However, you do have storage above here, and you got these huge sun visors with a vanity mirror, and you can pull this to the side to block the sun coming in from the side. Now the steering wheel, as I said earlier, it's very good quality. It feels good. It's a fake leather, and it's the steering is easy, it's direct. Like I said before, not as good as a Citroen or as light as a Citroen, but it definitely feels more direct than the Citroen. You got simple control buttons on the steering wheel. On the left hand side you can see all your information on the front over there, and if you want to change it you can have a numeral speedometer in front of you. And there are other settings that you can control from here. You can have your phone up there and other settings for the vehicle. But I like the trip computer, which shows me my miles per gallon, how much I'm currently doing, how many miles I have to empty, which is a great feature to have. On the left you got the rev counter, on the right you got the speedometer, and then you got your petrol gauge and your heat gauge. On the right hand side is where you control the volume and the phone from. This car also comes with a cruise control, and it's got a limit control, so you can limit how fast you want to go, which is great because you do not feel how quickly this car speeds up. You don't feel the speed. I'm going to take it for a little drive on the motorway soon. I'm going to show you what I mean. It is absolutely brilliant on the motorway. We mentioned before about storage, so let me just show you. There's also a glove compartment. It's very big, and there is the wheel nut lock nut, whatever you call it. Going further down we have a 12-volt socket, USB, USB-C. You got two cup holders, which are okay. They're nice and secure. This is a nice big Evian bottle, and it keeps it in there securely very well. And further back you got a little bit more storage. As I said earlier, apologies about the dirt and the mess in here. I literally just picked this up from the auction house, and I've switched on the camera to show you what it's like. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna just point out quickly some of the things that I don't like about it, and one of them is the distance of the pedals. Now it's a little bit difficult to explain, but when you're driving and you have your foot on the gas, the brake is very high up, and it's quite a big distance. I'm gonna try and take a video on the B-roll to show you what I mean by that. And then the clutch also, it's very high up. The biting point is very low down. So you're constantly picking up your feet, moving them. You're doing like a little dance down there, and it's a little bit frustrating. However, there is plenty of space. You got a nice large place to put your left foot when you're driving, especially on the motorway, like I did on the way up here. Now, something on this car that other reviewers have raved about is the seating position, and I personally, I'm not so excited about it. Yes, it's easy to get comfortable in. The steering wheel has reach and rake. The seat you can move in 8 different directions, which is absolutely great. However, personally, when I drive a van, I like the high seating position. This Ford Transit Connect, it feels more car-like. You're sitting low down. Everything seems so far away because it is very airy in here, which is a plus. But because of the seating position, I can't reach anything. That storage space, I can't reach it. The glove box, I can't get my hand in there. Everything seems very far away from me, and I just feel like I'm driving a car, which is a bit of a shame, but that's my personal opinion. Not everybody will agree with me, but it does come with electric windows, electric foldable mirrors. It's just a fantastic vehicle. Let's just do a quick walk around and have a look at the back, because I think this is one of the nicest looking Ford Transits ever made. Right, this one comes in white. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's got these nice wraparound headlights. You got the new grille on this one. It's a beautiful, beautiful looking car. If I were to buy one of these again for myself, I would not get the Citroen Berlingo. I would get this Ford Transit Connect. I love the lights on here, the side lights. But check out this one. You see, the previous owner has already fitted it with all sorts of compartments here. But this is huge. You can fit in here, you can carry legally almost 1,000 kilograms. It's massive. But you know what, like I said before, it feels very car-like. It doesn't feel that big. These doors have a very wide opening access. There's a flat loading lip here, so it'll be easy to get heavy items in. Press this button and the door opens even wider. You get a 180-degree opening over here. It's practical and it's absolutely brilliant, and you can be sure as hell that this will last you a lifetime. It will get you anywhere you need to go, whether it's residential roads or whether it's highways. And when you drive this car on the motorway, it's an absolute doddle. One of the minus points on this car is there is no armrest, left armrest, which is a bit of a shame. I'm currently in 4th gear. I'm going 60 miles an hour. Let me just change the screen to bring up the numeral. There we go. So it's 56, and it's speeding up very quickly. Now let's do the same thing in 5th gear. And there it goes, 58, 59, 60, and now I'm hitting some roadwork, so I'm going to have to slow down and bring that back down to 50 miles per hour. I drove this up, I drove it 200 miles, or just over 200 miles, the other model that was, but they're the same engines, these cars. It's quiet, it's smooth, it doesn't sound like a diesel, it doesn't feel like a diesel. And like I said before about one of the advantages or disadvantages when you're, you know, it feels like a car, it doesn't feel like a van. So it doesn't feel like you're going to work, even though you are going to work because you're driving your van onto your business ventures. But here I can show you what it's like from 50 to 70. Are you ready? Because this is where the roadworks is over. So let's go 50. Now 4th gear, speeds up, no problem. Look how quick that is. 5th gear, change lanes. 60, 61, my foot is hardly on the gas, up to 6th gear, no problem. And I've got to be careful here because I can't undertake this car on my right, but it does speed up beautifully, effortlessly, no problems whatsoever. So what do I think? I've been driving now for what, 4 or 5 hours, a few hours in the other car, another hour in this car. They're the same engine, by the way, a 1.5 litre EcoBoost, which is a brilliant engine. Absolutely fantastic. It's so powerful for what it is. It's phenomenal. The quality on here is so much better than its competitors. Everything is solidly built. You know it's going to last you a lifetime, and it is so smooth. You being a tradesman, you're going to take this on the motorway as well, and it does feel like a car to a certain extent. It doesn't feel like this noisy diesel van going to work in. It's relaxing to drive, it's smooth, it's quiet, and you could drive it for as long as you want. You'll come out feeling as fresh as new. It's a brilliant car. You got the Apple CarPlay on here. It's also got Android Auto. Absolutely fantastic. I love this car. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and with that, have a great day.